Hi guys, and welcome to today's lesson. We're going to be talking about the area of a sector, and we're going to be using this example here to really help us and actually figure out how to do this. Okay, so the example that we're using is a circle with area 81 pi, has a sector with a 350 degree central angle, and we need to determine what the area of a sector is. Now, before we can actually calculate this, we need to discuss what actually is the area of the sector. And if we're looking at the picture, what we're really looking for is kind of that shaded blue, gray kind of area that is inside the circle, except that black cutout, except that black piece of pie that's been taken out. So if we're looking at it, we're pretty much looking for all this little shaded area right here. Okay, so that would be the sector that we are looking for and trying to calculate. And in order for us to be able to do that, we're going to be taking a look at a set of proportions. So two ratios that we're setting equal to each other, and we're going to end up solving. And we're going to do that by using the information that we already know. So what information do we already know? Well, we know what the area is, which is 81 pi, and we know the central angle, which is 350 degrees. And we also know that the angle of a circle is 360 degrees. Okay? So we're going to use that in order to come up with our ratios and come up with our proportions. And so this is how it's going to go. So we are going to determine the area of the sector by setting it as a ratio with the area of the circle. And that's going to be equal to our central angle, angle over the angle of the circle. So this is really the key part here in order to help us figure out any kind of area of the sector. And so now all we really need to do is put in the information that we already have. And the information that we already have is well, we need to still determine the area of the sector. And you could use any variable you want if you like. And then we know what the area of the circle is, which is 81 pi. I just kept it as I just wrote it. And then I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and write down the central angle, which is 350 degrees. Over 360 degrees, which is the angle of our circle. And then you can go ahead and solve in whatever method you prefer. You could cross multiply, you could multiply both sides by 81 pi. And really that's what I'm going to do, just because then I know I'm going to get the area of the sector automatically by itself. But you could cross multiply as well if you choose, because of this equal sign right there. Okay? So 81 pi cancels out on the one side, which is my goal. And I'm going to be left with the area of the sector by itself, which is great because that is what I am trying to find. And I'm going to go ahead and also simplify my ratio of 350 over 360. And I'm also going to rewrite my 81 pi and my 36 as multiples of 9. And the reason why I'm doing this is really to help make my simplification just a little bit easier. Okay, so when I do 9 times 4, which is 36, I can cancel out some 9s here. And then I'm left with 35 times 9, which is 315. Pi over 4. And that really, ladies and gentlemen, is the area of the sector for this particular problem. Okay, and we could change the numbers around. We could really be given a number of different things. We could be given the area of the sector, the area of the circle, and then we're trying to find the central angle. We could really be given any of those four, and and help us, and we could solve it in the exact same way, knowing this major proportion. Okay, so as always, please make sure you are doing your practice during this time and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you and have a great day.